It worked. It worked. That's weird. We're finally live. We finally did it. Holly mailers. 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 Damn, none of that came through. Farted really loud. 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 None of that came through.
Recorded live in Austin, Texas, USA. It's recorded
talk,
live
and they
in
shouldn't
Austin,
have done that.
Texas,
We get it.
USA.
He's a Jewish rabbi, but it's like Matisyahu stick with the reggae. Yeah, we get it. He's a.
We don't pick sides. We're just in it for the beatboxing.
Yes. Stop picking sides. And there is this freaking white reggae dude who sings, somehow he showed up on my Instagram, and I click on it, and it's about, he's just a mess. He's a big old mess. I can't even think of the guy's name right now. Neither here nor there. Is that what Matisyahu looks like?
That's him, yeah.
He is a stunner.
He looks like the Flash, the guy who's in the Flash. We need to talk about Kevin. What is that guy's
Who
name?
does? Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller, who, by the way, isn't he getting in trouble? Wasn't he like touching people in Hawaii or something?
He started a cult.
Where was that in fucking Hawaii?
It was in first it was in like Rhode Island, and then he took, they took their powers to Oahu.
And
the
just
indigenous girl, the young indigenous girls.
To the Big Island. What was that, Grant?
Wasn't there like a kidnapping or something weird?
Something like that. Well, if your kid gets kidnapped by the Flash, good luck.
Yeah. That's like the worst person to get fucking captured.
Grant, clip that.
Yeah.
I just woke up.
Yeah, how are you doing this?
Spot on.
Well, 5.5 hours of sleep, Casey. Wait, hold on. Look at those bad boys. They are juiced up today. You're telling me you were doing push-ups earlier? And you got that? How do you get them to move like that?
I woke up in the lotus position. I woke up planking. I woke up planking.
Yeah, what is a lotus? It's literally like a plank where you're on kind of like your elbow or... Yeah.
And I went, oh, shit, what happened last night? I'm so freaking sore.
And then you get like your T-shirt off the lamp.
Yeah. Ooh. I could use a glass of chocolate milk.
Casey, if you are making chocolate milk, dude, how are you doing it? Is it out of a carton, already made? Are you getting like 2% or whatever kind of milk and like Ovaltine or something?
You know, if this was a world, let's say it's a world where I'm making chocolate milk, right?
Okay.
And with this body, you know I'm not. But if I was, I would do 2% milk.
Okay.
And then a little bit of squirt of that
Hershey's.
That Hershey's syrup.
Yeah, just the classic Hershey syrup.
There was one with like a rabbit on it.
Nesquik.
He was good. That also was the syrup and the powder.
I like the powder.
You had me at powder.
Ooh, yeah. You get a bunch of that powder. You put it on some freaking vanilla ice cream.
Oh, wow. You've done stuff like that?
Woo! I grew up, Casey, man. There's certain things that I believe you'd be proud of. If you could look back at my life with like a camera and see what old William was doing. And one of those things would be when I discovered I think I was making a glass of chocolate milk and there was a bowl of ice cream. I was also drinking ice cream or eating the ice cream, and I was doing the powder, and then some of the powder got on the ice cream.
It's like an invention?
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, is this going to taste really good? And then I ate it, and then it's like the light bulb goes off.
Huh?
Yeah. Wait, this can get on ice cream?
Taste hack unlocked?
Yeah.
Dude, what a taste hack.
You drink chocolate milk with your ice cream?
Yeah. I mean, I can't now because my stomach, dude. It's like I do one day, don't do the next. It's
I know.
Like, fuck.
Raisin Bran.
I know. You gotta look at that. That looks like that's Casey. That's what it looks like if you get the powder on vanilla ice cream.
That's something else.
Yeah, it looks kind of like dirt. It's not that appealing, but it's pretty good.
You know what I had in La Veglern? I had a root beer float.
Was it wonderful?
So tasty.
Oh, I love that.
It was so good, and everybody around me said,
here?
"Boy, where'd you get that?"
How you were
doing,
walking
bro?
around with it?
Yeah, it's kind of
You gonna be streaming today, man?
Sorry, my little secret. So cool.
That is brave of you, Casey, to do that on the Vaglin Strip, dude. I mean,
was
because
on
some of those.
Fremont.
Seriously?
Yeah, man, I'm walking around like a freaking king without a crown. You know I got to get down.
Damn. Could you imagine walking down Fremont with Matisyahu on just fucking walking to meet up with your
Yeah,
buddies.
for sure. I'm gonna check you out. I'll definitely stop by when you start streaming.
What was that? Modest Yahoo doing that, or like a buddy he had? Because it's just that one song.
I had to come home and fucking,
right? Or else it wouldn't be very impressive if like
I was just too triggered.
I agree. I mean, I think it has to be Modest Yahoo.
I would pray
over some bullshit.
All that Modest
it's all
Yahoo
good though.
holds holy. That
it's all good.
We pray to Yahweh. It's gotta be. I can't get over the fact that he looks just like what's the Flash. I can't.
I know
the Ezra guy
looking like Ezra Miller.
God, that's crazy. And we need to talk about Kevin, where you fucking it shows what's his name, Dr. Steve Brule in the John C. Reilly in the backyard with the freaking arrow in his back.
No, Ezra went off on that one.
Yes, bow and arrow, silent.
Bye.
Yeah, nobody can. People are just seeing bodies drop, and then it's like, what was that movie, Erica, where somebody got hit by the arrow, and it's very startling. Oh
my God.
10 Things I Hate About You?
No, it was some weird new movie that we watched. You've probably seen it.
Did we like it?
It's like The Mentor, but it's not The Mentor. It was with
the cult.
Yeah, the guy with the cult, the Opus.
Oh, I didn't see it yet.
It's nutty.
With John Malkovich.
Yes.
Yeah.
His music reminds me of
Jeff Richards. It sounds like Jeff Richards.
Ditto
music.
Kiddo.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous pop music, and he's real popular. Yeah, he's starting a cult, too.
I would love something like that. And you know what? I just watched with John C. Reilly, Hard 8, the first movie from Paul Thomas Anderson, starring a young John C. Reilly, maybe in his first role. I mean, he knocked this thing out of the park.
It's a good one?
It was awesome. PTA doesn't miss, except with Licorice Pizza. He did miss with that.
What? And I never saw it, but I always saw it. What a dumbass name. What are they eating? Fuck. I don't even really like licorice. Where you even fucking.
No, I can't. I honestly can't stand the stuff. Well,
red licorice.
Except Twizzlers.
I know.
I love Twizzlers.
And you got it, Twizzler. Casey, that'd be fun eating some Twizzlers with. That's like almost a Twizzler red on the glasses.
It is Twizzler red, also known as beige.
Yo.
What do you think, Grant? What do you think about that, brada?
That's legit.
Thanks, dude.
Brada. Grant, how are you doing today? This is an especially, and for those that don't know, this is a 2 hours earlier than normal episode today.
We're up early.
We're up super early today. Grant, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. I get up at 6:30 every morning, so it's not a problem for me.
Brag much.
Yeah.
Let's see your alarm clock.
Every morning, even on the weekends?
Not on the weekends.
On the weekends, what do you sleep till 6:45?
I get I'll probably get up around like 7:30.
Well, you got a whole family to deal with. There's probably all kinds of stuff. You probably got to get the flapjacks going on a Saturday. I mean, you got to get the ball rolling quickly.
For sure.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I came home to do some
babies.
Sometimes you just leave the ovens on all night just so the pans can already be preheated.
I do got to tend to my eBay store.
And just don't accidentally touch the pan.
The more I list, the more I sell.
Fruck.
Yeah.
Fruck.
Yeah, it's loud as shit. You might accidentally throw it.
Fruck.
God, there was some poor piece of shit. Casey, this would have been another time you would have looked back at my life and you'd have been like, oh my gosh. Look at what William's doing. There was this class, Casey, called IPS, Introduction to Physical Science. And we had to work with the Bunsen burners every now and again. And we would get test tubes on those days. And we would put it over the flame for 10 minutes. And then there was a buddy named Oliver or a guy named Oliver in our class. And we'd be like, hey, Oliver, come here. And we'd be like holding it with tongs, and we'd be like, hey, grab this for us. And he would grab it.
No.
And it would burn the shit out of his hand, and he would always break them. I mean, he'd slam them on the ground immediately. It was kind of hilarious.
And you guys would all laugh?
Oh, yeah, we'd all laugh as his fucking ass, and he'd just be like, have to pay for the fucking thing. His hand is burning.
You know what I did once is in science, they have those emergency showers.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I walked back there when we had a substitute and I fucking yanked on that bastard.
You're kidding.
Dude, it
You're
soaked
kidding.
my ass. It pours like 50 gallons a second. So it was like just a waterfall of water.
Oh my
I
god!
went everywhere and I went, sorry, I thought
Switch
it was
it.
a sink.
You're kidding.
Oh my, no, I'm not. And he was so mad. He was,
Yeah.
why are you young whippersnapper? Yeah. I was like, do something, you old bag of nails.
Yeah, I'm wet as shit. Try to catch me right now.
I'll freaking
dumbass.
wreck your ass.
Yeah.
What grade was that?
I'll break you to pieces.
Yeah.
That was probably junior year of high school.
That's hilarious, Casey. Were
Yeah.
people laughing? Did people see it?
People saw it, but I think it was a class where I didn't have very many friends in it. So maybe like one dude. I don't even think I said like, should I do it? I was like, check it out.
Yeah.
Just one of those people. I was truly like, me and the Joker probably would have been best friends.
Yeah, because that's a wild move, Casey, because we had one at our school, and I never even heard a story, honestly, about it ever going off.
Some
It probably
people-
could have happened, but I never heard about
I
it.
want to watch the world burn, and then I want to put the fire out myself.
Yeah. I thought it was the sink, sir.
Sorry, sir. I thought it was a sink.
That's hilarious.
Is this not the vending machine?
Yeah, sorry, sir. I needed a Coke out of it. Wait, they wouldn't ask for that over there.
No, probably not. If I was like Mr. Deeds,
Yeah.
instead of having a water fountain full of Hawaiian Punch, I'd just have a shower full of Mr. Pibb.
Damn.
Is that a bit, Grant? Should I write that down?
I think it has. It
Because
has
Mr.
opportunity.
Pibb is fun. Yeah.
Mr. Pibb's a funny word.
It is.
Wait, I
Mhm.
have to. I'm just going to write down my dad founded Mr. Pibb.
That's a good one. You should. Because people generally think, then they're like, hold on, not Dr. Pepper, but Mr. Pibb. Because it's like doesn't it taste like Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which also tastes like what you drank in Vaglin,
Oh, yeah, root beer.
root beer.
Because William don't like either.
Unfortunately, I
Really?
wish I could,
No, he's a
Casey. I
hater.
swear. Well, I'm not a hater. I don't go out of my way to announce to everybody that I
Too many
don't really
flavors
like
for
it.
ya? Oh, you wish it probably had 16 or 17 flavors, not 23 flavors.
23 is too much.
Oh, wow, it's like 10 too much.
Yeah, trust me. I wish. I love the commercials during college
Yeah.
football season. I'm sorry.
that.
Let me try 16. I'll try 16 of the flavors, Casey, but 23 is too much.
Well, they don't make that.
Yeah, no shit, they don't make that. So that's why I got to drink fucking Pepsi and shit.
We like Pepsi.
Yeah, I love some Pepsi.
We don't even drink soda, actually. We don't.
Well, every now and again, I was feeling real crazy
Nice.
the other night and drank 2 of the little cans.
Nice.
Dude.
It's equal to one can.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had like
It's equal to one regular size can.
I had like a can of Coke, and it was, man, that shit hurts, especially for chugging it. It hurts
Why are you
my
chugging
throat.
it? You don't need to chug it. That's your problem, man. And that's my problem, too.
It was
it's all
my problem.
excess.
Do you like sody?
It's all excess. I don't drink it too much because it makes me fat really quickly.
The soda
The
pops?
soda?
Yeah. If I drink like one soda every day for 3 days, I could see it. I'll be like, dude, I'm fat as shit.
Well, they have a
Oh,
bunch of
interesting.
calories in them.
Yeah. What's the sugar? I mean, obviously, it's the sugar and the
It's sugar.
calories. When you drink them, it just sticks on your big ass.
Yeah, so be careful. If you got one of them big asses and you're like, what is going on? Why is my ass so big? Start with what you're drinking. Drink water.
If we go out, like if I'm just at the comedy club, I won't drink soda. But if we go to the bar after, I'll have a couple sips of a Coke.
That's your order?
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. Get done with your set, whatever.
Yeah,
You're
man.
unwinding.
Sugar water.
Yeah, I
Sugar
used
water.
to boof. I used to boof. I used to be somebody. I used to shoot crank, man. I'm out here taking a couple sips of a Coke.
Yeah,
I
it's
used to
like,
shoot speed, dude.
yeah, it's like what happened? It's like what?
But until the sandwich is gone, I'll go, this is good.
I love this. What is this?
What
How'd
is
they
this, ham
make
and
this?
cheese?
Yeah. What is there? Spice on there or something? Why does it taste a little different? What is this?
And then I'll go, I wish I brought a little Tony Sasseries with me.
I know. Yeah. Oh,
My friends will go, you would bring that to a restaurant? I'll go, no, I obviously didn't, but I
Mm-mm.
wish I did.
yeah. I wish I did, dumbass. So whatever.
I have to tell you the funniest thing that happened yesterday,
What happened?
and this is the thing. Oh, fuck, I spoiled it. Grant, beep that out.
Okay.
Please, Grant.
Okay, so me and Michael Fractor, my
Yeah.
friend, he came over because we're going to move to Chicago together, and we're standing outside, and we're sitting across from each other, and Michael goes, oh, he kind of waves, and I go, who did you wave at? And he goes, this guy's waving me over, and I turn around, and William, the oldest man is walking with this. He's dragging this trash bag. He's got to be at least in his 80s, probably in his 90s.
Okay.
He's so old. He's just like skin and bones. And I start laughing so hard. And I go, Michael, there is no way he is waving you over. Like, he looked so ridiculous, this old man.
Yeah.
And Michael goes, dude, I swear to God, he waved me over. And I'm just like laughing, like not laughing in his face, but I'm like it's just, he looks so funny.
Yeah.
And the old man walks up and he's dragging the trash bag. And I go, what's up, dude? And he goes, y'all want some beans?
What the fuck?
What? What do you mean, do I want some beans?
Yeah, yeah.
And he went, I got a lot of them. And then he walked away.
Oh, weird.
And I was screaming laughing. I was like running around in circles, like laughing.
Was he really calling over Michael?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe he just wanted to give Michael some beans, but he saw that I was there, and I guess he was like, I ain't got enough to share.
Yeah. I just got a bag full of them. I wonder if his bag. I wonder if that's what's in his bag.
Did you
If
get
it
to
was
look
just
inside?
loose beans.
Or he
No.
walked immediately away?
I was laughing too hard to see the situation progress any further than if it got any funnier, I think I would have died.
Yeah.
And so we let his bitch ass go, and we're laughing.
Let him go.
I let
They
him go.
could have held. I mean, it sounds like if he's some old
yeah,
dude,
we
it
could
would
have
be
grabbed him.
hard to
We could have grabbed
get
him.
his ass somewhere quick.
We could have grabbed him, and let me tell you, they would have thrown us a fucking parade. Old man like that, bag of beans. You have every right to grab that man and say, What are you?
Did he look like a transient kind of
Yes,
person?
he looked like a hobo. It was like something that would only happen when you're on LSD. You know what I mean? Like when you're tripping, like shit, like you'll go to a grocery store and just the weirdest thing will happen to you.
Yeah.
It was like a sober LSD experience.
Which is wonderful. I love that.
Yeah, I was crying laughing. Okay, so cut to an hour later, I walk outside. There's like 4 ambulances outside the apartment that he walked out of.
Uh-oh.
I think he freaking died.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't see anything.
So it was at your building or just right around
It was
there?
like down the way.
Okay,
Where he came from?
But it was from the general direction he came from. Do the math. He's 95 years old. He's got a bag of beans. He was probably doing a last hurrah.
Well, I hope you see him
Casey,
later.
well, be careful, dude.
I know. It could have been a ghost.
Well, if he died, I've heard stories of the last people a dead person talks to, they can haunt the person. And y'all were probably the last 2 people.
There is a good chance
What you doing,
that
Kilo?
investigators are hoping to talk to us because we were the last people to see the Bean Man alive.
So if you're watching this and you're like a ghost kind of person or whatever, y'all are hearing this. I mean, that really is
I'm
crazy.
I'm open
He's
to
gonna be
talking.
looking for you. He needs to give you those beans.
He needs to complete his
task.
His journey. And then he can go to heaven or
Give me. Then he can go to
Then he
heaven.
goes to heaven.
Because now he's in Purgatus.
Yes.
Well, I hope he can find you again.
Hopefully, I'll just make myself available
And would you accept
Yeah.
the beans?
spiritually. If the beans were the thing keeping him locked in this mortal coil.
You could accept them from, but don't eat them.
Oh, yes. That's a given.
Eat the
That's
bean.
a given. Trust me, I would not.
Damn.
That would be bad news. Bean ghost. So cool, Grant. Way to
Oh
go.
my gosh. Yeah.
Smart, dude. Grant just back there Googling bean ghost. So sick.
That's sweet, Grant.
Doing his job. That's what he's doing.
Literally Googled bean ghost.
No shit, dude.
Thank you, Grant. Yeah. It's a bean ghost. It's very rudimentary, but you could just, I don't know, you could probably like glue them onto that sheet of paper and then it'd be a fun thing you could hang
It's
up. and whatever.
beginners.
Oh my gosh, because you're talking about like old people dying or whatever. My mother's currently she does estate sales,
Looking at.
and the current one she's doing, the husband died, and then 2 days later, the wife is outside and it's snowing. It's snowing, and she falls down, and they find her ass 4 days later, and she
Frozen?
froze to death.
Oh no.
And the dog was still with her ass.
Did the dog die too?
I think the dog was still alive.
That's nice.
I know, it's crazy. So I told my mom, get me some knickknacks, get me something, because that could be a ghosty kind of place.
Yeah. Damn. That is a hard pill to swallow, getting frozen like that.
Ugh, that's what happened to fucking Gene Hackman, isn't it? Or something like that. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, Gene Hackman went into an ice bath, and he just got too cold.
That's bad because I think
Yeah.
you're only supposed to be in those fucking things like 3 minutes
3
tops.
minutes max, and he was just not thinking, and he fell asleep, and he went to heaven, and he died.
And the wife died too.
Yeah, she got in there with him.
God, I bet they were warm there for a little bit. Their body heat probably radiating off of one another, but then it just got too cold.
Yeah, paradoxical undressing is what they call it. You get really, really cold, and then a lot of people who die of hypothermia are found without their clothes on.
Weird.
It's true. Because your body starts tricking itself, and it's going, I don't know what's happening. My synapses are all misfiring.
It's a nightmare.
I'm going to take my pants off and show my dick one last time.
But it's really cold, so I'm going to put my pants on really quick after.
I'm going to put a sock over it because, again, my penis is very small right now.
Yeah,
so
it's
cold.
like negative something outside. Yeah, no, when I was doing the snowmaking stuff and my hand got wet, I wanted to take my glove off at one point because my hand got so cold. Casey, I didn't have feeling in my middle finger for like 3 months after that.
Whoa.
It was like a nightmare. That was the one night I cried when I was doing that
Why
job.
did you cry? It was so
Dude,
cold.
I cried. I'm at one of the fucking things. It was an especially cold night out there, and I'm fucking. They had these tower guns, they called them, which was this thing that would mix the water and the air, and there's a big chunk of ice, and I fucking knocked it off with something, and this giant chunk of ice falls on my ass, and that hurt. And then I'm thinking, oh, this sucks. And then my fucking hand got wet up at one of the things that I'm messing with, and then I just fucking walked down and ended up laying in a bathroom for like 30 minutes. Feel like I'm gonna
crying
die
because you were so cold?
because I was desperate, Casey. I was desperate. My hand was freezing cold. I got hit by the chunk of ice. I'm like trekking down the side of this dumbass place where people ski, feeling like I'm on Everest, but it's like some ski resort. But it's nighttime.
Desperate for what? Warmth?
Desperate, feeling like I'm gonna die. I have to keep on moving forward. I'm gonna fucking die out here, and they're gonna find me. Somebody's gonna find me like really soon in the morning because it's a ski resort. People are around. It's not like some desolate mountain.
Yeah, was there no one around you?
No, not at the time. I had coworkers around, but we would all be in different areas. It was bad, and I made it and just laid on the ground and just tried to relax. And I think some people that were like eating dinner that night like saw me, and I'm just like, sorry, I have to lay down for a second.
Like you were laying down outside?
In a bathroom. I ended up making it down to a bathroom, just to an area of the ski resort, and I just went in the bathroom and put water on my hands for a little bit. It killed me. Even just cold water killed my hands, and then I just lay down.
And you said, I'm so sorry. I'm just so effing cold.
Yes, I am so fucking cold. So step around me and go pee or whatever, because I'm not getting up right.
I spent a lot of times when I was in my youth, when I was in my party years, we would just pretend to our parents we were at each other's houses, and then we would just go like spend the night like in the woods or like in an abandoned baseball field and just party or whatever.
That's fun.
And so I spent like several nights, probably a couple weeks total, sleeping in like public bathrooms. And
Really?
you just lock the door behind you and just try to pray for warmth.
Oh my gosh, were we all just partying in that general area?
Yeah, we would just get like a handle of like like McCormick's or like Taka. Like just get a handle of loose vodka and maybe pray to God someone finds you Coca-Cola and just get as drunk as you can, as quick as you can.
Got
and
done
just try
ironing.
not to lose each other.
We got a bunch of stuff.
I'm talking about when you're like really young, like 14.
The cowboy shirt.
Just get super drunk and just like
2 dress shirts.
sleep in a field.
Just
Bunch-
look
we got a
for
bunch of
everybody
stuff.
the next day and if nobody's missing.
Yeah, just pray to God you have all the boys together.
Yeah, because that's going to be a weird story to have to tell the parents. Y'all are going to have to come up with another
I know.
story about where y'all were and fuck. And somebody's probably slipping up. So maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe not.
Well, you got to keep your circle tight. And instances like that, especially when it's cold outside and you're trying to sleep in the bathroom of
$50.
like a dugout,
Yep.
like sleep on like a little league
We're at
dugout.
$50.
Yeah, and it's cold. You could
Gotta
die,
keep your
dude.
boys close. I know.
People die of hypothermia for less. And by the way, Casey, it's so interesting you said the thing about keeping your circle tight because Grant, don't you kind of you kinda almost famously messed up with your circle, right?
You let somebody a little too close too soon, didn't you?
Yeah, you like really messed up there for a little, right?
A little bit, yeah.
What happened? Just inviting too many people into the circle.
Yeah, and then you lose one.
Yeah.
Oh God, you lost a friend.
Lost them. They're out of the circle now.
Mm. But
So they're still with us, but just out of the circle.
They're fine.
What happened? Y'all just didn't get along ultimately, or
just
something?
grew
They
apart.
violated the rules.
And what are those again?
Hell
There's a
yeah.
lot of rules. I mean,
Where are your seats at?
I think they had a couple of
That's
different
awesome.
missteps.
Who are they playing?
Ultimately, truancy.
They were tardy.
Yeah.
Tardy to the friend group.
They're retarded?
Oh my
No,
god.
tardy. Grant.
Retardee. Yeah, they weren't showing up on time.
I remember
Chef Boyardee.
Hey, Grant, I remember y'all's song.
Do you? Can you recite it for me?
Yeah.
Come join us for a circle of friends. There's always room
That's awesome.
for one more. A circle that never ends. All you gotta do is open up the door.
Hell yeah.
They
It's
used
still
to
gonna be
sing
tight.
that.
Yeah. And if you don't,
There's really no bad seats at a football game. Like the last football game I went to, I was like literally
And
at
that's
the
what
top.
that's what their boy did. He's showing up
And it was
tardy
still
to
fun.
fucking stuff.
Too many times.
Wow. So you had to boot his bitch ass, huh?
We believe. I mean, punctuality is a core rule.
Would you let him
The
onto
circle.
your podcast if he was like, if he called you up today or whatever? He's like, let me on as a guest. Would you let him on?
To the crawlers?
What? Oh, that one.
What do you mean that one? How many more do you have going right now?
I have a couple, but yeah, that one is my main podcast right now.
Grant, would you still let me do this podcast if I look like this?
I might let you do it more if you can maintain that.
Will you zoom in? Will you zoom in on me?
I don't want to.
Come on, man. Take a peek.
Let me get in on that.
Do I look like Giga Chad?
Giga Chad, and also Casey, I swear to God, you know what I'm reminded of right now is the Rizzler when he's doing his face. I swear, that's like a really good. How are you even? Hold on, I'm looking at that. How are you doing that?
I look kind of good.
Oh, you look real good.
I look kind of like David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, on Baywatch, like early '90s Baywatch.
I think it's stuck.
You're kidding, Casey. Wait, your smile? Wait, your mouth?
Yeah. I think the mouth's stuck.
Reach over there, William. Help him out.
No. Wait, Casey, you're okay, dude. Hold on. It's not stuck like that.
Oh, thank God. Holy shit. I look a little handsome. Grant, I got a haircut yesterday.
It looks nice.
It's looking very good. I know you told us you were going to get a haircut. Where'd you end up going?
I went to this lovely little boutique.
Oh.
They call it one of the top 5 hidden gems of Austin.
Oh, and it's a barber shop or haircut place?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That would that fit into your little bubble, Grant? Would that fit into your little freaking round hole in a square peg? Forget it.
As long as you show up on time.
Thanks, man. It was called Barbershop 808, I think. And it was lovely. And the woman took a picture of me after my haircut. She said, "Your hair looks so good. I want to put this on Instagram." And she put it on Instagram.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. She said, "Your hair is awesome, dude. Are you in a band?"
Oh, my gosh. What do you say?
I said, "No, I'm an entertainer."
Okay.
I like to say sometimes entertainer.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Then, like, maybe their mind runs wild. And they think, okay, I'm kind. And I don't tell.
That's what I would be thinking. I'd be thinking, you got to tell me. I'd be thinking, wait, what? Hold on. There's all different, because there's different kinds of entertainers.
Well, it would kind of connotate that I'm like maybe an erotic dancer. Like, that's what I like to think that they think. Like, because why would I say entertainer, right?
Yeah, because you would almost think, but exotic dancer, you might not. Oh my gosh, it was so funny on Monday. I was with Red Band, and I guess it was and somebody else, and Uncle Laser's ass and like his girlfriend or somebody who I guess does porn, or that's what
Nice.
Red Band was saying. And then it was so funny. Red Band said something about me. He's like, yeah, he used to do porn. And then it was so funny. Red Band and I lied to this girl for 20 minutes about my name is a Memphis Strangler because I used to strangle these people. And then she was asking me questions about like what percentages I'm getting from the different websites. And I'm just, it was the funniest thing. And then it was fucking Nick. He threw me under the bus and he says, he doesn't do that.
Oh my
It's like, you piece of shit. I
What a
had her ass
clown.
going, dude.
Yeah, you were ready to reel in the line.
Yeah,
and watch
it's
the fish squirm.
yeah, dude. And it was real close. And it was real close. And then it's like somebody always got to come in and fuck it up like that.
Can't you just let the boys play? Let the big dogs eat. And if you're not willing to eat a little puppy chow, stay out of the kennel.
Yes, stay out of the kennel, get out of the yard, stay out of my face.
Because you know what comes next, and you're not going to like it.
You're going to be on the ground in 2. Time it.
There's going to be 2 hits. Me hitting you, and me hitting you again.
And then you're and then you're hitting the ground. Set your watch. It'll be 2 seconds. Press start and then press stop when you hit the ground. It'll be about 2 seconds, dumbass. So quit messing with us, the big dogs in here.
There's going to be 6 hits. Me hitting your sternum, you drop into your knee, that's the second hit. Me hitting your ribs, that's the third hit. You standing back up, you bump your head on the ceiling because we're in an RV. Me kicking your shins out from under your legs, you don't fall. I hit you in the sternum again, it hurts my hand. That's the 5th hit. Then you finally dying.
God. Wait, so that was more than 5 hits, wasn't it?
I think I announced that it would be 6.
Okay, 6. Was it that more? Is this the same one as the guy's hitting his head?
So the head, it depends on if you want to count the head.
Oh, fair enough.
Because that's not exactly me whipping that ass, but it's you getting hurt nonetheless.
Oh, for sure, and you're frazzled, so that's why you should know not to get up so quickly in a freaking RV because you are going to bump your head.
It is low-lying ceilings, and we're in the front part, so we're really close to, like, the window.
But the guy's like, I got to get out of here. I'm sure he's squirming, like, I got to get the fuck out of here. He's coming after me.
He's wailing on me, and I don't see this stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, so get me out of here. But then you bump the head, and then it's like, oh, fuck. Hold on, did he hit me or that I bumped my head? Yeah. And then it's game over.
Oh, did he hit me right in the top of the crest of my head?
Yeah, was that a wasp? What was that? Ow.
I think I've told this story before, but my mom used to date this guy named Bobby Ray, and he was a cow herder, and we were at a Little League game one time for his son named Stetson, and this fan was talking shit, and Bobby said, hey, yo, come over here. He was super country, and the guy walked up, and Bobby went, and he bopped his ears.
Damn.
Yeah, like really hard. Bang. And the guy was like, huh? It like disoriented his dumbass.
Yeah, does it give you like inner ear problems or something?
Oh.
I probably messes your equilibrium up.
I know. What a fighting technique. Well, he said, like, I remember asking him, like, why he did that. And he said, well, it stuns him. Stuns him. You got to learn to fight, boy. I can teach you a couple things.
Was he nice?
He was super nice, but he had a really bad drinking problem.
Oh, did he?
It didn't make him violent, but he was just had a horrific drinking problem. We would go to Beef O'Brady's every night, and he would have like 30 Coors Lights.
That's awesome.
Oh, really?
50-yard line? That's great.
That seems like an expensive way to be doing it at a restaurant.
He was a showman. He liked to entertain. So he would get wasted, and he would sing karaoke. We'd go to karaoke every night, and he would sing, She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy. Do you know that song?
Who sings that? What does it sound like?
I don't know. It goes, she thinks my tractor's sexy. She likes to ride along. I don't know who the fuck sings it.
But that's what he was singing.
Oh, yeah, he'd sing it. Every night we would do this.
Kenny Chesney.
Kenny Chesney.
Kenny Chesney. Rest in peace.
We love you, Kenny. We wish you could have had more.
He's not dead.
You're in heaven.
We know that you're better off.
Is he dead?
Dude, so much better now.
I'm just writing something down.
Is Kenny Chesney dead?
In the ear. That seems like a good
There's no way he's
to
dead.
stun somebody, because my mom gets the what's it called where your inner ears messed up? Vertigo, and she can't even get out of the bed.
Really?
That'd mess her up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean that
Is he
could
really
if you
dead?
get somebody with vertigo, dude, that could be
fuck me
it
up.
probably immediately sets it back to vertigo
Terminal.
season.
Look that up.
Yeah.
Vertigo season. It's vertigo season, bitch.
It's vertigo season. I can't get out of the bed, dumbass. It's
Wow. Look at that like terrible Photoshop job for that Kenny Chesney song. That must have been one of his first songs or something.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Kenny Chesney, what he would wear he didn't look like a cowboy, did he?
What do you think, Grant?
Maybe a little. You want some more photos?
Yeah, please help. Please help.
There's a lot of
Grant.
him in a cowboy hat. I
Oh,
think.
well, I was thinking of Billy Ray Cyrus then. Yeah, no, they're everywhere we go. I remember that one.
Yeah. Everywhere we go, she's talking about how I smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looked good. What do you think, GG?
Look at them arms.
Yeah, look at those arms. That looks
Look
like
familiar.
Oh.
oof.
Oh.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Box his ears.
Well, that's not the only thing I'd box.
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean by that.
You could do that to him. Just fucking take his shirt off. Just be like, okay.
All right.
No, not take
Nah.
the shirt. He needs it on, maybe.
I'll leave it on, I guess. I don't want him to get sunburned. It seems like he's in the Florida Keys.
Yeah, you get hot down there. I mean, that's what happened to Jimmy Buffett. Skin cancer.
The very sun he loved so much was the very sun that put him in the dark forever.
It turned on him. And I swear, Casey, I was thinking about this recently when we were at the Margaritaville down in Orlando. And I swear, I think my time is correct. When they dropped the full thing of money behind us, when we're just getting our volcano nachos or whatever, and they dropped the entire thing of money from the register behind us, I think that's when Jimmy Buffett died, around that time. So it was just like a weird, is this maybe the end of the restaurant doing good or whatever? Like, it was right around the time he died. It's just so weird.
What are you talking about, the money? They dropped a bag of money?
Yeah, did we not?
Register drawer.
The register drawer. It's like they were switching out for their shifts, and they happened to drop it right behind us.
The loudest.
It was the loudest thing. And then I'm like, what do I fucking move my chair? What do I help y'all pick up all this change? It's like everywhere.
Was it like a big Was it like a big noise?
Yes, it was horribly startling. And we had just gotten the volcano nachos. It's like trying to chill down in Florida. And it's like sounds like I'm going to stop myself there, but it sounded like a loud.
What were you going to say?
I thought something was going on. I thought somebody had a gun in there.
Oh, you thought maybe it was a mass shalalo.
Mass shalalo. I was thinking maybe mass shalalo. Because
He's still alive.
Since whatever. And by the way, there was a very weird mass shalalo in
He's still alive.
Virginia, Casey. When I was in Virginia Beach, I did a little research when I was there.
You knew it.
As I do a little bit.
Sure.
And there was a crazy mass or
mass shalalo.
Can you edit that, Grant? See, I'm not even kidding on that one. Can you please edit that one?
Please, Grant. And then I want you to bleep out the beans. So bleep this out again. Well, now I can say it. Now I can say it.
I will bleep out the beans.
The original beans.
Y'all want some beans?
It's like a cartoon. It's like some Even Stevens shit. Okay, so wait. What about the mass shalalan?
It was some guy who was fed up with everybody at his work, and he
went postal.
And it was a bunch of people. And I wanted to go see the memorial, but apparently it wasn't open. So it's like, seriously, it's like a Saturday. It's like, what the?
You can only see it some days?
Yeah, it's like Monday through Friday or something. It's like, this is a memorial for a horrible mass shalali. And it's like, we need, I should be able to see it, but I couldn't.
What was it? What was the memorial, and why did it have?
It was at the building, and it was like a freaking.
Is this only open during work hours?
It had like diffusers or whatever, the things you see at like a Cracker Barrel, like with the oil diffusers, and it had a freaking like little waterfall.
What?
Yeah,
shillelagh.
Oh, there's a
Mash shillelagh.
shillelagh. Would you hit people with those things?
A mass shillelagh.
Do you need to write that down?
You know, the mass shillelagh, as funny as it is, I think it would cause a little. It would be a little bit too much setup for a guy like me. I'm all punchline, no setup.
It would be funny. There's something funny with talking about a mass shillelagh and calling it that the whole time and never like that is fun. That's funny to me, kind of.
It is
That's
funny.
like ridiculous.
God, there was a mass shillelagh last week, and you would not believe it.
You'd have to get a bunch of good details. It'd have to be very detailed, and you say mass shillelagh a bunch.
Is Grant, are those Irish weapons? Like, do people use shillelaghs as weapons?
I think so, because if you look at the one right above your hand, it looks like it's a spiked mace.
Ooh, that one's got a you can swing that around.
You can twing that swing.
I couldn't get my head was in Jamaican time. Jamaican time. Wait,
we're on island time, bitch.
Yeah. Island time. Wait, is time a weird word to say? How do you say that one? Try that one.
How do you say time?
Island time. Wait, yeah, that was maybe a little better.
Island time.
Yeah, that seemed island time. Wait, island time.
Oh
Wait.
My God, that's sounding Asian.
Yeah, I'm off. Fuck, I'm getting off today. This is not good.
You're getting off right now.
Ugh. Island time.
Great,
Island time.
This.
Yeah, does that sound
I'm very
Asian?
much enjoying it.
Wait, there are two men fighting with shillelaghs. That I didn't even consider that a possibility. I always considered the shillelagh a one-man weapon. Like it couldn't be mutual shillelagh combat.
Only one gets to have the shillelagh.
Yeah, it's like
so it's not like a duel.
It's like you throw a shillelagh on the ground, like right in the middle. First one to get it gets to use it,
and then starts banging. Yeah, just starts banging, mashing.
I talked to this guy at Bonnaroo one time, and he had those white crusts on the side of his mouth. You know what I'm talking about?
What is that from? Just not drinking enough water?
Probably a combination of that and speed. Normally,
yeah.
People who like take too much Adderall get those crusties.
Oh, really?
It's so gross. But he was from Ireland, and he was trying to sell us ketamine, and he kept going, "Oh, brother, in Dublin, everybody's smashing. Oh, the bars. You can't go out without everybody smashing. It's a daily occurrence. Smashing."
Smashing, like fighting?
Yeah, like fighting, I guess.
Deal.
But it stuck in my head forever, him saying smashing.
That's funny. Did y'all end up getting the ketamine from
Yeah, I'm almost positive we bought ketamine. Absolutely. I think that was the first time I did ketamine, and it was at Weird Al Yankovic. I've told that story.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, Erica loves Weird Al Yankovic. She's a giant
I do too.
Fan.
There was a guy who was like 6'8", possibly 7 foot, and I was in a K-hole, and he was singing every word to Weird Al, and it made me, if I had the capacity to cry in that moment, I would have. I was so scared. It's impossible to describe.
Were you like standing up or on the sitting down seeing the dude?
I had the fear. I was standing up, but he was so tall I couldn't see the stage, so I was watching him watch the concert. Because he was right in front of me, and he knew every word to every Weird Al song, even the deep cuts.
It's like he was translating it for you or something.
Yeah. And he was so big, he was like a human wall. So I was just like staring at his big ass head.
That's a worst case scenario at a concert.
I know.
Some giant person in front of you.
And everybody would laugh, and I would have no idea what they were laughing about. So I felt like I was in some like demonic sitcom watching this giant man sing Weird Al.
So when other people were laughing and stuff, would you start laughing and you were just like
trying to
watching
fit in.
It?
I would go, but I was so deep in the K-hole, like I couldn't really move my mouth. Like my bones were frozen, so I just go, ah!
Gosh, with some big ass dude in front of your fucking ass.
It was definitely worst case scenario.
But you're here, Casey. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, man. You survived that shit, dude.
Well, Weird Al, he left one survivor to tell the story, and that was me.
And then that guy.
Then the guy too.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, but we're not talking about the bean. Yeah, when you said beans at first, I'm thinking, wasn't there a guy in Even Stevens with that name?
Yes, his name was Beans, and he was so funny.
He was, and he had a fun look to him. I wonder what his ass is up to. You can't even look him up now. You got to try
No.
Googling his
He's
ass.
scrubbed.
He's scrubbed. So that's weird. It's like that was at a government. He had started working with the government or something, because I know government ends up getting people in show business sometimes.
Oh yeah. Well, they took his identity. It's like The Departed situation. They deleted him from the system.
God,
They deleted Beans from the fucking database, dude.
look at that, man.
Woo.
I mean, and he was starting to do so good. He was like a data analyst or data scientist or something.
Well,
I
he got
think.
recruited. He got recruited, and he made that mistake. And you think the government's going to give you everything they promise when they're done with you, and believe me this, they will wipe you.
Yes. So I hope you like it down in Guantanamo Bay or one of these other places, because that's where you're probably going to live for some amount of time.
Yeah, you're going to end up in a black site like Abu Ghraib.
And think about this right now. You're not going to make it in Abu Ghraib, okay?
Mm-mm.
There's
Would eat
no
some
way.
lunch.
You got people blasting music at your ass the whole time, music you don't like, just 24/7. People are tickling you. People are doing all kind. That's what I've heard, and that would really get me, because I get so ticklish, Casey.
Okay, I'll tell you whatever you want. Stop tickling my gams.
Yeah, stop. And then I felt like a little bitch kind of, because as I said, I watched Reservoir Dogs for the first time in a long time. And I'm thinking, man, I'd squeal after they put a little feather on the bottom of my foot. This guy's getting his ear cut off. Like, dude, toughen up a little bit, William. What's going on, man?
This is my lunch. Banana.
But I don't like laughing too hard.
2
Like, I love laughing,
clementines.
but if it's too hard, I start feeling insane.
Muffins.
Well, it's hard, right? It's hard.
I know.
Not really a
And
lunch.
I know you're tough as nails, but everyone has a weakness.
I know. Mine happens to be that, and it's like the weirdest thing. It's like embarrassing.
It's
And
not embarrassing, dude. That's your weakness.
are you ticklish at all?
You know, a guy like me, tragically, thankfully, I'm not. But a guy like you get tickled, you squeal like a pig.
Dude, on my feet. So you're talking about even under your neck or under your arms, you're not laughing?
Okay.
Toes?
Whoa. Look at that sexy picture.
Oof. Yeah.
I do get ticklish. I'm very ticklish.
Got him.
Yeah. Ask any of my ex-girlfriends, if we get in a tickle fight, I'm squealing. Fucking stop, for real. Stop. You're cracking my shit up.
Yeah, it's too hard. It starts hurting.
I
It
know.
makes me cry.
Did you ever see that documentary called Tickle?
No.
Grant, do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but I'll look it up.
Pull it up. It's great. This guy, like, he finds this, like...
What is going on, everybody? My name is Tech, and if it's and it probably gets a little bit saturated, and it's helpful. I hope you guys can learn. State of Florida, let's go. All right, so we went to the flea market again today. Crushed it. Got a lot of stuff, but I just want to highlight this. These are Harv Ledger, and these are bandage dresses. This one is brand new. Regular price, 590 bucks. So we went to the flea market up in West Palm Beach. Palm Beach has some money. So we got this one here. We got 2. These are pre-owned. Only 1 was new, I believe. We got 3. We got 4.
Wow.
There's a different kind of one, kind of like a little slinky one. Was that 6, 7? We got these for 10 bucks each. It looks like that they cleaned out a storage unit and it had all of this person's clothes in it. These dresses I've probably seen one night or no night at a party on Palm Beach Island, maybe at Mar-a-Lago, who knows. But we got several. This one is a 2-piecer. There's another. There's
Damn.
another. So
He's just flexing right now.
Again, paid 10 bucks. So we got 18 of those. 1 was brand new. We paid $10 each for those. And then we got this brand here. This is another really nice brand. We've had it a couple times before. Again,
brand is it?
same lady, same storage unit. Nice dress there. Another one, same brand. So whoever this
You ever
lady
heard of
was,
these
she had
brands?
expensive taste. Another one there. Another dress. Same one, made in Italy. Skirt and like, these were like worn once or worn no times. More. So we got a bunch of these. Another one. A cardigan here. Again, made in Italy.
Emilio.
This one also from the same lady. This one is brand new. Brand is Wolford. And this is the Ada pullover. So for these ones, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, 18 or 19 of these, one of those, $10 each, $10 each, $5 each, from someone who bought a storage unit from a very, very wealthy lady in a flea market about, I don't know, 10 minutes from Palm Beach Island. And West Palm Beach is a little bit of a unique situation. You have the richest of the rich, and then where I go to the flea market. So sometimes that stuff trickles over, the Lily Pulitzer, all the Lululemon. We got some Laurel Piana today. So there's good stuff out there, you just gotta look for it. So we were just about to leave, I showed you these, but this one is also worth mentioning, guys. I find so much stuff, it doesn't even make it to the video. Like this one almost didn't even make it to the video. All right, this jacket here, Donnybrook.
Donnybrook?
Tag. Donnybrook, made in USA. This one I've had 3 times. This is the 3rd time.
I've heard of
this one
Donnybrook.
for $10. Rihanna actually wore this, and after she wore it, it exploded in value. I've sold it pre-owned for $300 or $400, but this one is brand new, and we got this one for $10 at the second flea market. We got these at the first flea market. We got a bunch of Hokas and On-Clouds and a bunch of clothes, as we always do, but we got this one for $10 right before it started raining. Brand new. I sold it pre-owned for $300 or $400, so maybe $500 or $600 for this one. And you gotta know what celebrities wear what. That's where the value comes from. We are in Orlando, Florida. It's about 4 hours away from my house. We were at another spot picking out some stuff, and my main man, Kelby, he hit me on Instagram and said, yo, there's a guy at this market that I'm at. He's got a bunch of vintage, a bunch of sports specialties, bunch of Jenkos, bunch of crazy stuff. You should come over here. The problem is, over here is 52 minutes away, and it is already 10:06. So we're gonna be there after 11. And as you guys know, the flea market vendors kind of start packing up. So hopefully we could race over there. Hopefully we could get there. Hopefully we could get some of the stuff. Hopefully there's stuff even left. But, you know, when Kelby says there's stuff out there, you know, and he says it's worth trying to go over there, it's worth trying to go over there. So he had to leave the market as well. He had to go do something, and now he's going back. But we're going to try to make it happen today. I don't know. This could be a total bust, or maybe we do a lap and we get a bunch of stuff at this spot as well. But if you don't go, you don't know, and that's the name of the game. So I'll see you in 52 minutes. We are in traffic right now. Orlando has speed, and we have done very nicely on this stuff. So you give the lead, you get the good ones. Thank you, sir. All right, so we just left the flea market again. Shout out to Kelby because he told us to go over to that one. We drove 40-something minutes, maybe 52 minutes. We did pretty good on a different vendor, and we're gonna show you that stuff absolutely last, because there's 2 items that's about this big that sell for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So stay tuned for that. We got this Star Trek shirt, 2001. Another Star Trek shirt, Deep Space Nine, again, single stitch. Another Star Trek shirt, Data, 1994. And all these sell very nicely on eBay as well. 1993, another Star Trek. A 1993, another Star Trek. Another one. So we bought 9 Star Trek shirts in all from this one vendor. Here goes another one. A 2010 Ozzy Osbourne Hanes tag. And then we got a couple of these from them. These are starter jerseys. This is the Florida Marlin one. These sell very nicely. And we got a Yankees one as well, starter as well. Starter. Yankees. This is a Salem Sports caricature shirt from 1987. This one is single stitch. This one's going to sell very nicely. Got John Elway on there and a couple other legends. Caricature is a good keyword for this. A Minnesota Twins starter jacket with the kangaroo pouch. This one will sell nicely. Starter. And on the back, it's got the big Twins logo. That one will do pretty nice.
How much?
A Grant Hill.
They didn't show how much it was going to pay for it. Oh, 129.
Starter jacket with the kangaroo pouch. Twins logo. That one will do pretty nice. A Grant Hill Detroit Pistons champion jersey. You don't find a lot of these out there.
I've got a starter. New England Patriots jacket. I got it listed for $100 right now. So he sold his for 129.
A big face Mickey Mouse that's going to do very nice, and a Chicago Bulls starter jersey here. Bulls on the back. So this person here, they buy storage units. And they had some old stuff, some vintage stuff. I picked up some stuff from them. Charles Barkley champion shirt. And this is like kind of was some indicators that I knew maybe they would have some good stuff. Vintage Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is a vintage Raglan from the Smurfs. You can go on Google and you can look at the tag. This one will do pretty nicely. Another vintage Hunchback of Notre Dame. A vintage Taz Miami Hurricanes. This one's very nice. A Jenko jersey. That one will sell pretty good. These ones here are 1984, 1985 baby shoes. They're very old. On the verge of maybe falling apart. But that's okay. These are going to be sold for collectible purposes only to someone that is going to collect these. And these sell for around maybe $300 or $400. These are going to sell great. But even better than these baby shoes are these baby shoes. These are Jordan 2s, also from 1980s. These ones here, again, are on the verge of falling apart almost. You could see the glue is kind of, but that's okay. These are for collectible purposes only. Someone will sit these on the shelf. Jordan 1s for babies, there's confirmed sales of $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. These are Jordan 2s. Can't find anything like these on the internet. Would not be surprised if this sell in the neighborhood of $500 to $1,000. They're in great condition, considering that they're like 40 years old. And these are going to sell fantastic. These are going to sell fantastic. And everything that you saw in here is going to sell fantastic. So we found the majority of this stuff at 1 o'clock. Because I went to this flea market second, because Kelby gave me the lead and said there's a guy over there that has a bunch of stuff, and that was that stack of Star Trek stuff that we went through first. So don't be afraid to go to a flea market late. Don't be afraid to drive another 52 minutes to the flea market, because these two items right here alone make that entire trip worth it. There's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of profit that we got today. One trip, 4 hours away from our house. If you know what to look for, there's money everywhere. All right, so let me show you a couple of these things here.
Yeah, he embellishes a lot. Like the way he makes it sound like it's so easy and like it's like that. It's not like that, but he is pretty motivating. He's good at motivating. He does make good content that way. But his scales are just like such a different level that he can say it like that.
This is a Nintendo SP, but you have to look very carefully on the back. AGS 101. The 101 model has a pearl finish on it and is backlit and commands a premium. So the other Game Boy isn't backlit. The screen is more dull and the color is more flat. It's not pearl. And the other one is AGS 001. Still sells great.
The ones that are green.
This one here,
the ones that are green, those are the solds. The ones that are black, the ones where he shows the black numbers, those are the ones that he's got them listed for.
Here, the pearl finished one, the AGS 101, sells for a premium, so you could pay more money.
And he doesn't even tell you how long you're going to have to hold on to it for, too. Like, you know, sometimes you got to hold on to certain items, especially like high-value items. Like the highest value item I have listed, like I've had it listed for almost fucking 6 months now. Yeah, they're not his listings. He's going to like solds. He's looking up solds.
Money for these when you do see them out there. We got Super Smash Brother. That's an immediate sale. We got these. Shout out to my main man David. He bought these for personal, but they don't fit anymore. He lost a lot of weight. These are all brand new. I did pay up for these. I paid $300 for all the stuff that you do see here, but one of them will pay for the whole lot. We got the crest. This is the remake of the crest.
These are nice.
We got the P-Wing, again brand new. We got the RL93, again brand new sailing. Another one of the 93, brand new. a polo, like nice Hawaiian print long sleeve shirt. Again, brand new. Another one here with a nice crest, brand new. And then another 1993, brand new. But the reason why I paid $300 for all, because this one here will pay for the whole lot. Brand new here. On the front, you've got the little polo bear on the back for the souvenir shirt, Freedom Seekers. Souvenir jackets are very good. If you can get the ones from like Vietnam or the Korean Wars, those souvenir jackets sell for a ton of money sometimes. This is like a remake inspiration of. So this one will pay for the whole lot. All of these will be free. So plenty of profit there, even though we had to pay up. But shout out to my main man, David. He always looks out for us, and he's a really good guy. I've known him almost, 20 years out there at the flea market. He's out there picking and hustling too. So shout out to him. Just got some regular stuff in this stack. Some Rockaware jeans, some Mecca jeans, Paco, some Johnny Blaze. Those are going to sell very nicely. Just the stuff you guys always see. Bad Birdie, good brand.
Bad Birdie.
For the golf polos.
Never heard of it.
Some champion football jerseys. That's the New York Jets. So we picked up all of these shoes today. There's 150 pairs. And as you're starting to see, just like I started with the channel, I knew nobody. The hauls were small. And I started meeting people, and the hauls get large. Thousands of pieces every single time we go out. 150 pairs of shoes one day. Hoka's, beautiful ones. The On Clouds, nice ones as well. We get a lot of Air Maxes. We got some Doc Martens. These are good Nike kind of military boots. Again, just Hoka's on top of Hoka's. The terrain ones. Some Vapor Maxes. More Air Maxes there. On Clouds. These ones are very nice, the Pro Flies. There's some nice ones here. We got a good amount of Birkenstocks today. All of these Birkenstocks. We got these Doc Martens out there for $3. These are the ATL Tuned Air. They kind of have like some like teddy bear material on the inside. More Hoka's, more Air Maxes. These ones have like a Marlboro pattern on them. Air Maxes again, more. Then we got a couple pairs of kids' shoes, some Jordans, some little guy Air Maxes. More little guy ones. Those do pretty good if you can get them for the right price. These are some up-tempos. We got these Puma BMW ones, driving shoes. They do pretty well. More Hoka's, Noble. These are brand new condition. I don't think these ever been worn. Noble, good price on those. We got those for $20. More Air Maxes. We got the shocks. You just gotta test them back here and make sure that the springs aren't coming undone. We got some copper Air Maxes. More Vapor Max. All in all, some pretty good stuff, some pretty solid stuff on the shoes today. Here's some Metcons. These are for weightlifting. But pretty good stuff. These ones here are the quality Air Force Ones. Those sell pretty well. But all in all, some pretty nice stuff today. Definitely did really, really well on the shoes. Went to the flea market today. We picked up 25 pieces of these shirts. These are by Keith Scramble Campbell. He's a very well-known artist. His art goes for a lot of money. We got 300 or 400 or 500 pieces in the other room. We always pick up the Hoka's. Once upon a time, picking up a couple Hoka's was exciting. But as you guys know, we've scaled this up to picking up hundreds of Hoka's per day, every single time we go out. So Keith Scramble Campbell, he's an artist. His art goes for a lot of money. This is a Grateful Dead one. It says Jerry Garcia right there. He does some stuff with the Grateful Dead. But these particular shirts are interesting because they all came with these 3D glasses, where if you put them on, the print actually pops up. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. So all of these are dead stock. All of these are brand new. They're all on the period tags from the 90s. For the loom, they're all single stitch. Top and single stitch on the bottom. This one looks crazy when you put on the glasses. This is the same print. They all have back prints as well. This is an Einstein one. Again, it's signed down here. Scramble Vision, Einstein. And it's very kind of trippy. and they all have a little back hit. The black ones here, whenever you do get some dead stock black shirts, these are from the 90s. Again, single stitch. You do want to trust them for dry rot. So what you want to do is you kind of want to tug and try to rip here at the hem. And if it does rip, then it's no good. There is no cure for dry rot. And dry rot is from the sulfur that they put onto the cotton to turn the cotton from white to black. So you do want to pay attention to that. You do want to make sure. We got all of these for $5 each. We got 25 total. And I mean, conservatively speaking, for dead stock, probably at least $200 each. So in addition to everything that we got, in addition to the shoes, this right here kind of makes it a grand slam for today. We went to the flea market this morning at 5 o'clock. Can't show you everything, but we got a bunch of really nice shoes. There's a pair of shoes over there worth a few $100s. We'll get to those later. This is what we got today for the Lululemon. All this is Lululemon. Couple nice jackets in here. Nice pairs of pants, some men's shorts, women's. We usually get, about 50 to 200 pieces of Lululemon every single time we go out. Here's some nice women's stuff. I don't really show a lot of the women's stuff, but we're gonna show some love today to some of our women's clothing sellers. We got this Dolce & Gabbana dress. Very nice one, that should sell well. We got this brand here, Marie St. Pierre, Montreal. That one will sell nicely. St. John Sport. A couple nice Lilly Pulitzer dresses. And we find a lot of Lilly Pulitzer down here because this is where she began, opening up her shops, was in Palm Beach. So it has some nice, embellishments on the front. Got the belt for that one. The longer the dress, the older the tag, the more money you'll get for the Lilly. We got some True Religion, some more St. John with the Santana knit, and then an Alexander Wang skirt. And you'll have to excuse me, I'm not feeling my best today, but the show must go on. We have good connections, good relationships, and everyone wants good connections and good relationships until you wake up sick and they depend on you because they have bills to pay and you have to be there because you said you're going to be there. So I'm not feeling 100, but we got to get out there and we got to show those people respect, and we still got to go out and get the good stuff. It doesn't sleep. There's no days off. We got this nice polo, tartan plaid, purple label, Ralph Lauren lounge pants. Those are going to do nicely. Brand new with tags, North Face flash dry pants. Very old, made in Hong Kong, Ralph Lauren velour skirt. This is going to sell for fantastic money here. Very nice, made in Hong Kong. Some more brand new with tags, North Face. These were originally $65. These are the wind wall pants. Brand new with tags, RLX. Someone guessed the original price. I'm scared to look. $248 for a kind of quilted, insulated bubble skirt. LeBron James.
It's crazy.
Stitched. These go for good money. A brand new with tags, Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren with the pants. And I only picked up these
he's a huge hat guy
because of my main man, Arwen from the UK. So these are Jordan, Neymar, ACC, all conditions control, soccer cleats. And if you get these brand new on StockX, they're like over $1,000. These are the Hyper Venom 2s. And this here is just surface. This will rub right off. This will rub right off. The front, like Arwen said, make sure they're not peeling. Make sure there's no wear to the front because they do check that out. They have very cool bottoms here. See the Jumpman under that. But if it wasn't for Arwen, I don't know if we would have picked these up because inside of the group, Arwen has done a fantastic deep dive for Nike football cleats, Adidas soccer boots, whatever you want to call them. He is a master at them. And if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't have picked these up. And we wouldn't have been able to turn $15 into probably $300 or $400. So again, ACC, that's what he taught us. That's what you're looking for. All conditions control. This high sock, that's what you're looking for. Very, very lightweight, balancing on one finger. But if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for us hanging out with him for 2 weeks, he wouldn't have taught us everything to look out for in terms of Hoka.
He wouldn't have taught us everything to look out for in terms of VaporMax 360s. He wouldn't have taught us about this kind of locking shoe system. He wouldn't have taught us about Brooks. He wouldn't have taught us about these cleats. He wouldn't have taught us about 4D Adidas Air Maxes. So get out there and network with people, because you are passing by items that you don't know about, but somebody else does. And if you could help them, they could help you. And that's the name of the game at the end of the day. So I appreciate Arwen.
Let me pay you.
Thank you, sir. I know it's a overload of information, but I can't show you everything. We got fantastic women's stuff. We got some fantastic hats. I could just show you the top 1%. Don't have time for everything, but I do hope these videos are helpful. As always, thank you. Be great. Thank you.
Erotic tickling league, like competitive tickling.
What does that mean? Or why is erotic? Why is that word?
You'll have to watch it. He finds this like tickling league, which seems to be like definitely some sort of fetish, because it's just guys tickling each other. And then he goes down this rabbit hole, and the owner of the tickling organization is like totally insane and like sues him and does all this crazy stuff. It's amazing.
Weird. Oh, is this a scene from or is this how they get you?
It's
They
from the
get you
documentary.
real strapped down.
It's like obviously erotic. Like, how do you get turned on by that? Tickled is what it's called. It's very good.
I gotta look it up, but it might just trigger me in weird ways or something. Just watching people get tickled, because that dude's not even moving. Like, at least with me, I'm never really tied up, so you can squirm around.
I know. Imagine that, getting tickled raw.
No, I can't. Because laughing is a good thing, but if you do it too much, it can be weird, and then it's like you don't want to laugh sometimes after that. At least for me.
Yeah, if you're anything like me, you're not gonna want to get tickled raw.
This is the safest photo I think I chose.
Well, I don't think they're naked. I don't remember.
They aren't, but it's quite a thing.
It's
Wow.
a documentary. It's not a pornography.
Yeah, Grant, why are you trying to insinuate weird stuff right there?
Please, dude.
Come on, we've done it's been a fun one today.
Yeah,
it's the earliest one we've done in years.
It looks wholesome. I'm sorry. This is a good
Thank you, brother.
family-friendly film.
Thank you, brother. Island time.
Yeah, island time. Well, I'm looking at the picture a little more. At least they have it looks like sweatbands or something around under his armpits. Because again, that's a ticklish spot.
That's a ticklish hot spot.
Yeah, that's a hot spot for tickle shit.
Is that like a no zone?
Well, I think that's just his shirt, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's off limits.
See, it's like right there. Is he having a good time, or is it not now?
There's no way.
It's hard to say.
Imagine tickling someone till they bust.
Could you imagine, Grant?
Oh, I want to
Picture that in your mind's eye. Got it? Okay. Now
Got
keep it. Now keep that image. Got it? Now keep it.
I can't get rid of it now.
It's in your head. It's trapped up there.
I've been practicing mesmer, which
What's
is
that? Be careful, Casey. What is that?
it's the origins of hypnotism, and it has various occult beginnings. That's why we call it mesmerizing. The man who created it was named Mesmer, and a lot of people thought that he was some sort of witch or occultist, and really he had just discovered hypnotism, and he thought it was animal magnetism, that we had certain fluids running through our bodies, like psychic fluids, and if you could capture them, you would be able to heal illnesses. And I've been basically practicing mesmer, and
how's it going? Are you able to
I've shown
mesmerize
progress,
people?
and I'm trying to hypnotize myself to forget my own my own traumas.
Is it a possible thing to be able to? Is that a thing?
It's hasn't been proven, but based on some of my research, I think within 6 months I'll be able to do it. Yeah.
Well, don't get stuck in the hypnotized state. Isn't that a problem? Because I thought hypnotists, like, you end up doing a clock or something, and then you get out of it. What if you get stuck in a hypnotized
I've been
state?
setting an alarm kind of like Inception to kind of snap me out of it. So I have a totem.
Okay, so you have something that's
Yeah.
getting you back out.
Yeah, which is just a squishmallow.
What is that? What is the totem? You hold it?
Yeah, I hold it and then I'll squish it and then I'll remember that I'm human.
Oh, okay. If I ever did that, I could do it with my Winnie the Pooh squishmallow.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one
man.
for me.
That would be good for you. And then we all have like our own like
Squishmallow.
Yeah. Grant, do you have a squishmallow? Do your daughters like squishmallows?
Do you have one that looks like an owl?
So many. I have so many squishmallows.
What, the big ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seahorse?
The fox. We got a couple of the fox. I think we have
Nice.
this cat that's here in the middle.
Those are great, man.
Oh, you're not kidding. You really
They're
do.
Ah, yeah, a lot of them.
Oh, I thought you were kidding, maybe.
Thought maybe you were joking.
No, we're suddenly in my
Yeah, we thought you were
wheelhouse.
like kidding about that because we brought it up like we like it, and then you act like you did, and then it's like, is that genuine?
I know. Where do we draw the line?
It's like sometimes he's just blowing smoke up our butt or whatever. And it's
know.
like I love it, but then sometimes it's like, but you do. You have it sounds like you really do.
Yeah, big fan. They're super comfy.
So, Grant, if you could hypnotize yourself or a loved one, would you and why?
That's a good
Man.
question.
Good call.
I mean, it's a little intimidating. Just kind of, as an over-controlled person like myself, I don't want to relinquish that.
Well, it's all about knowing who you are, right? At a really base, like, sort of spiritual level.
Have you been trying to practice on other people?
Mesmer is extraordinarily dangerous and has caused more deaths than shark attacks.
Because I was about to say you're more than welcome to practice on my ass, but that sounds dangerous. So please maybe don't actually, if it really does. Because I was about to say, oh my gosh, do me. I don't care. Practice on my ass, dude.
Trust me, I would never do that on a loved one. Mesmer is more dangerous than shark attacks alone.
So you almost do it. So you do it on somebody you don't like. Maybe.
Yeah, it would strictly be for my enemies or people who have wronged me in any way.
Like who?
Like my friend Caleb.
He
You
did
get
that?
his ass.
Yeah, Caleb.
Would you tell him to like walk off the house?
Yeah,
walk off a roof or something, or how would you get somebody?
Well, he's a carpenter, yeah, so he spends a lot of time like in high rises, and I wanted to scare him, right? I didn't want it to kill him. He was like, after all, we were friends before he wronged me.
Yeah.
And I told him basically to walk the plank, and he woke up. I snapped him out of the mesmer right as he was at the ledge of like a 20-story building. And then I had a little drone flying up there carrying a message that said, try it again. Maybe you won't wake up.
And I bet he's been good since then.
Has he?
Oh, he has minded his P's and Q's like something you would not believe. He's been a very polite boy, as one might imagine.
Good. You would hope so, because that'd be a scary. I can't imagine, because I don't like heights, Casey. So if I wake up and I'm at a fucking plank on the side of a building and I see a fucking drone with a message for me, I'm like, wait, this guy means business. I got to listen to the message.
Sure. Yeah, man.
Scary.
I mean, it's a warning of a lifetime, and I won't be warning you twice.
It's Caleb, right?
Caleb.
So Caleb.
His name's Caleb Durant.
So Caleb Durant. Be careful, dude. Seriously, man.
Yeah, wrong me once, I scare the shit out of you. Wrong me twice, you wake up in heaven.
Yep.
That's sweet.
That's why the Joker would basically be my best friend.
Because he sent a bunch of people to heaven.
Because the Joker loves murder and chaos.
Yeah. And indirectly, he's probably sending a lot of people to heaven.
Yeah, and so God's probably like, all right, I guess I'll let him go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
God
he's
needs more
bringing me all
angels.
these good souls up here. We need more the good souls up here.
We
There's
need
a lot
more.
are going downstairs.
A lot are going to the big guy who lives down there.
Yes.
We won't even say what.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think the new pope is going to bring forth the prophecy and he's going to be the Antichrist?
I don't know. What does he have to get? A head wound? Isn't that a thing?
There was something like that, right?
Yeah, there's like a head wound, and I'm thinking, God, well, is that Trump? Is that Mr. Donald? Because he got that head wound. I'm thinking, is his ass going to be the Antichrist?
Yikes. That is actually a good point. Maybe I'll use my mesmer for good.
Yeah, you could do it in some with different whatever political side you're going for, whatever. Yeah, get it to
get
advance.
Pelosi to like pass a bill to bring back original OxyContin.
Yeah,
so cool.
So what would you have to do? You'd have to get her on the telephone, and then once you got her on the phone and she starts hearing you talking, then you kind of got her. So it has to be face to face.
I learned all my techniques from this Japanese horror movie called Cure. So it's like considered the forefather of the Japanese J-horror movement, like The Ring and The Grudge. It was kind of the forebearer of all that. And what you do is you ask a lot of questions.
Women's or men's?
So I would say, here's how I would do it without doing. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna,
but don't really actually do it on my ass. But
I'm not going to do it all the way.
Okay.
But what? Wait, what would you even want me to do? You're talking about? Are you talking about doing mesmer?
Sanctuary.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
which is what?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I was thinking about the mesmer thing. I think it would be. I think. Yeah. I was just curious how it even works.
Why are you asking me that? So it would be something like that, where I would kind of talk in circles for a really long time until you get frustrated, and then I would go.
No.
And that would kind of that jarring noise
Mm-hmm.
of like knocking something would kind of snap you, and that would initiate the trance.
Okay.
And then I would have you look into a lighter. I would say, "Oh shit, you need a light for that?" And you don't even have a cigarette or anything, which would confuse your brain. So I'm basically like splitting the two sides of the brain. And then you would be highly suggestible.
Okay, so that's when you can,
have my will.
Yeah.
I would say, I need a ride to Waffle House because I'm starving.
And then I'll be like, okay, hold on, get in the front seat.
Yeah, and then Erica would get in the back seat.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. And she would be pissed.
That's a part of your mesmer.
Yeah, and then I have to trick Erica. So this would take like a long time. Because Erica would go, what the hell? I don't want to sit in the back.
Because you got my ass then, but yeah, then you got to get her ass.
Yeah, she'd be like, William, freaking snap out of it, dude. You're mesmered.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, God.
I wouldn't do it to a close friend.
Okay.
But Grant, Grant, when do you think we're going to end this podcast?
You guys are wrapping up in just about a minute.
And what is a minute again?
It's about 60 seconds.
Not the airport apple that you brought every day.
It wasn't loud enough. He's not going to be tranced. Well, I'll hex your ass in due time, brother.
Which is another thing.
It's a completely different type of mechanism.
Do you guys want to go to Waffle House?
Ooh.
I think it worked. I don't want to jinx it, but I think it worked.
Yeah, you could drive us.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Drive us where?
To Waffle House?
Anyways.
Well, it was so much fun today.
It was perfect. I'm so happy to see you guys. Watch that movie Cure. It's really great.
And Tickle.
Okay.
And Tickle.
And we gotta start with Anthony Whiplash Marginson. Watch Tickle, dude. Ashley Belfield, Asalan, Avery's her suit, bomb. Beef been hashing, Daniel Hunter, Danja Fox, Destiny A4, Dingleberry Harry, Do All Uncles Kiss on the Lips, Dova King, Dr. P. Dugan, Eli Slugworth, Gators Godmother, Goldie Mae Star, Grant's Worst Nightmare, Hurley at WMS.LOL. I love Big Macs. I poison his Big Mac. Tricks on him. I am the Big Mac. Jenny J, Jess, Joe Kive, John Shaw, Justin Threckle, Captain Chaos, Casey's mom, Kyle Heath, Larry, Lawyer
Really does.
Yeah, come visit.
Can't understand why they charge so much, bro. It's crazy. It's a lot of money, man, a month. You know?
Yeah, you can.
It's crazy, bro.
You can get up another bottle of pop because Hope's had it.
I just want to leave it a bit. I don't need it, yeah.
I'm drinking for myself, yeah. I mean...
I do prefer, actually, OBS. Like I said, the stream looks really good. I messed around with a few settings last night. I don't understand what's going on with my game campers. Like, my frames per second on Warzone at the moment is like 122, 130. But, like, I should be getting easily 250, 270. I'm running on a 4070 Super TI graphics card, so it's not making any sense why I'm not getting the frames that I should be getting.
This game is so broke, Brittany says.
Yeah, we all know that, Brittany. Wagwan Rasta in the house. Appreciate you, brother Rasta. How you doing, bro? Appreciate you for sliding through, Rasta, man. Make sure you smash that like for me, bro. Appreciate it. The pin message, that's my X account, so if you want to follow me over there, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate it. Trying to get my followers up on there. I did have a guy just message me actually on Discord. Let me just check that message real quick. He messaged me about my frames per second. I can schedule you in for optimization. Yeah, I might need to get my PC optimized.
How much is it going to cost for that?
Defo. Oh yeah, true campers, like, it's crazy, bro. The amount of money that they charge him for different stuff, man. It's wild. Like £27 a month is a lot of money, bro, just to stream on multiple platforms, bro. And like, and this is my honest opinion. If you're making enough money from YouTube, Twitch, and Kick at the same time, say for instance you're making, I don't know, $60 off each one every month. 27, bro, is not a lot. You know what I mean? It's affordable to do, but when you've only got one source of income from YouTube, if you get donations and memberships and stuff, and you got enough memberships, then, you know, it's not too bad. But if you haven't got that, all the settings on Warzone. Yeah, I've messed around with all my settings, bro. Yo, what's up, Brittany? How you doing, bro? I've messed around. I've gone onto a video and followed this guy, and he's told me how to set all my graphics up and stuff. Like, and I've set them now that they're not running at max capacity. Look, they're all at normal and stuff, so it doesn't look so thingy. But I don't know, bro. Like, it's just crazy. I need to bring my VRAM down as well. I don't know how I would do that. Yo, what's up, turd?
I don't like how it looks. Yikes. This shirt isn't photogenic.
Jungling sound. My sound make the crowd gather around. My sound where the people them love. My sound it a play rubber dub. My sound make them run out of town. Come me say kill all sound. My sound are the people sound. My sound are the heavyweight sound. My sound it a jungling sound. My sound make the crowd gather around. My sound it a jungling sound. My sound it a jungling sound. My sound it a jungling sound. Kill every sound.
Call me Charlotte the way this web's been speaking to me. I cannot quit watching Pokemon TCG degeneracy videos. The community is in an absolutely deplorable state right now, and I am addicted to it. I am mainlining these videos. They are endlessly entertaining. Just watching the greasiest, goofiest, geekiest losers try and squeeze a couple of nickels out of children's lunch money by scamming, scalping, whatever low business practices they can think of for Pokemon cards. And a lot of times, they're not even actually scamming kids, they're scamming each other. Like, scalpers are just perpetually fighting each other. It's pandemonium out there, and every time a Pokemon vending machine gets restocked, you can bet your sweet Bippy there are going to be corpses lining that sidewalk, fucking slit throats out the wazoo. But not everyone in the community is a scammer, obviously. And not everyone on Whatnot, the platform we talked about a week or so ago, where people go there, they host their own auctions and sell cards and shit like that. Not everyone is on there scamming. There is a lot of them there, but not everyone. But today, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm not going over a blatant scam. I'm going over a pathetic crash out. I don't know if this channel scams or anything. I don't know anything about them other than their incredible crash outs that they frequently do on the platform publicly in front of their audience.
What do we do? What do we do? Tell me, what do we do?
Stop doing this.
Tell me, what do we do?
Tell them to lock it in.
Tell them, what do we do?
We're talking.
I know, but what do we do? If I run anything, I lose money, Snowmy. How do I fucking do this?
Put an expensive pack on there.
Bro, okay, tell me so I can go get fucking $4 on a Stellar Crown?
Chat.
Because they don't want Stellar Crown?
Lock in. You guys trying to lock in?
No, don't.
Like 51 Japanese?
Dude.
That's just so sad. Just out here groveling. Like, come on, guys, let's lock in. Look, he's losing money. What are you guys doing? We gotta lock in. We have to support this guy. He's working real hard for you. Look at all the blood, sweat, and tears he puts into gathering those Pokemon card packs. You know how difficult it is to scout Pokemon packs? Like, guys, we have to reward this. Can we get the bids going? Can we get some fucking bids in here? Chat, anybody?
Nah, guys, remember when we had 18,000 people on TikTok and nobody was hating? It's fucking hilarious. It's actually crazy how when I have 60 people, you guys hate me. Crazy, bro. Insane. Like, so funny, bro. This app is so toxic, bro. So fucking toxic, bro.
And you sound like a real ray of sunshine there, big guy. I've actually tuned into one of his auctions before just to see if I could catch a crash out live, like a little shiny Pokemon nugget for me to enjoy. But I didn't get blessed with that. Instead, I had him in like a fugue state after a lobotomy or something. So I didn't get to witness one live. But basically, he's all heated and bent out of shape. His butt's all sore because he's talking about how on TikTok with 18,000 people watching him, there was no one criticizing him. But on Whatnot, he only has 60 people that are in the chat bidding here, like participating, and they're giving him some shit. Well, far be it for me to question the master here, but on TikTok, those aren't real viewers. Those numbers mean nothing. You could have 18,000 people there and there's probably only like 4 people chatting, I would imagine. Those are people there just like idly scrolling and they somehow landed on you. That is the worst metric to gauge anything by ever. The reason no one was insulting you there and shooting spitballs is because they weren't even looking at you. They weren't even watching the stream. That 18,000 number, you can just throw that in the trash. The 60 people here are active and they weren't liking this.
Comment about saving $2, bro. You need to save $2, bro? Holy shit. Wrong hobby. Wrong hobby, bro. No wonder you're on here for free packs. Holy shit. I'm gonna lose my mind over this shit, chat. The fact that I can't run like what I want to run right now is crazy. Because you guys don't fuck with it. It's insane. 151, Prismatic, T-Fest, everything. Crazy, bro.
Imagine saying that without an iota of shame. You want to save $2? Wrong hobby. This is a man's hobby. This is Pokemon. You know how many men I've had to jerk off in the public bathrooms near the glory holes in order to secure some fucking prismatic evolution packs? You haven't struggled like I've struggled. Dude's out here talking wacky like he's the Tony Soprano of Pokemon ripping and shipping. It's so cringe, man. Look in the mirror. You are ripping Pokemon packs on Whatnot. And he's gonna have this kind of fucking stink about someone who's rightfully trying to save some money on this hobby. Which is pretty much impossible because of fucking losers like this guy dominating it by controlling all of the supply. So then people are getting desperate enough to go on Whatnot for streams like this and bid on packs that have a very good chance of being tampered with in the first place, by the way. There are so many scammers on there, so much resealing, so much weighing, so much dog shit.
Understand that? If I charge 19, I get back 17. I make $2, and that is literally this transparency that you guys deserve. You know what I mean? When I sell it for 9, and I paid the 15, and then I get back 7, I lose $7.50. Brian, I don't need to lie, bro. I do this fucking every night, little boy. Okay? I don't need to lie. Do this every night. Why would I bitch if I got it anything lower? And why would I put my right hand to God? Just fucking think for a second, little boys.
He says that to people a lot, calling them little boys. The way he says that is just like skin crawling. It's so fucking peculiar. But I mean, checkmate, why would he put his right hand to God? He's got you there. He put you in the scholar's mate position there. He's telling the truth, clearly. We have to take him at his word. He seems like a trustworthy enough guy. He seems, sane. No screws loose there in that noodle.
You ain't even got money to swipe. Shut up. Like, fuck. He ain't got no money. You ain't even got money. Let's go.
The way he said that sounded almost identical to Wes Watson if he was hitting puberty. Like, that was the exact same inflection and everything there. And the same exact attitude as well. Something I find fascinating, though, is some of the comments in the chat saying he has no reason to lie, or just calling anyone that's talking about him negatively a hater, as opposed to, like, talking about, like, the criticism or whatever. I find that so interesting. He has every reason in the world to lie. What do you mean he has no reason to? What, you expect him to be like, yeah, I actually make like $10 off of you goobers every single night on every single pack that I sell. You overpay for everything I put in your face. All of you are overpaying. You are my little pay piggies. You are Play-Doh in the palm of my hands, and I work you for my financial gain. You think he's just going to say that? No. He's obviously going to try and make it seem like he's doing you a favor. Like, look, I'm such a martyr. I'm such a noble, good guy. I'm trying to give Pokemon power to the people here. I'm losing this money on these packs at this price. But I do it for the love of the game. It's just mind-boggling to me that someone with a straight face would actually type that he has no reason to lie. That is like delusional to a disgusting degree. Now, I'm not saying he is lying. Maybe he is telling the truth. I have no way of knowing. But he has every incentive in the world to be dishonest with his pricing here and what he takes home on what price and this and that.
Whitewash. I'm not. And that's the reason that the market is 20 or more for these packs. You know what it does is distribution says, who has more money? That's it. Who has more money? We bid on these cases because that's how you get allocated 10, 20, 30 cases a week. I've been doing this for 5 years. 4 years and like 8 months or whatever the fuck it is. November, it's 5 years. So you guys are not gonna tell me, oh, like you sound like literally a little child in my chat.
You've been doing this for almost 5 years, but from the sound of things, you're always losing money on it? Sounds like you're pretty shit at it. Or the business itself of Pokemon scalping isn't a great business in the first place. But perhaps that's just a take from someone on the crack pipe. Who could possibly besmirch the good name of Pokemon scalping? No, that surely can't be the problem.
Need new distro? I live in Los Angeles, big dog. If you think you a heavy hitter, go ahead and supply me with a better distro then. How about that? I live in Los Angeles, my boy. You know there's people that got millions and millions and millions of dollars to weekly re-up, right? These dudes go restock millions and millions of dollars. $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 million a week. Okay. Now I'm in a 6-figure club, but I'm not sitting there doing millions of dollars up, so I can't negotiate those prices like that. I have literally been doing this for 4 years. That's why it's so frustrating when you guys say like random shit like, hit me up, bro. Hit me up like you're some fucking saint, like you're gonna be able to do it better.
This part I found pretty interesting because the guy that he's rimming out right now wasn't even like being mean or criticizing him. He just said that you need new distro, meaning you need something a little bit better here for your business. And the guy's like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And now he's just flipping out about it. Because with all of these meltdowns, like the constant crashing out from this guy, it doesn't sound like things are just going swimmingly. It doesn't sound like this is like a very great, healthy endeavor for him. So this dude is just saying like, maybe something needs to change here. And he's just going ballistic about it.
All right, chat, lock in. We got Prizzy up on the screen. Yeah, I'm not losing money for you guys. Y'all don't even fucking care about me, so fuck that. Y'all don't give a shit about me. The fuck am I gonna give you a deal for, bro? If you did, you would cover the difference. You know that you know what you gotta do. That's actually sickening, bro. I'm not even a cat, bro. Thank you, Teddy. Teddy's a fucking G, bro. That's why.
He finally gets out of the wambulance here and does a pack sale, which someone named Teddy wins. He gets absolute trash in it, and then still tips $10, I think. I'm still a little confused on exactly how Whatnot works. So I think he paid the money for the pack, and then after it got ripped, he saw that he got actual nothing, and then still tipped this guy $10 for the service of fucking him in the face. That is pathetic. Especially after this man's rambling and ranting about his, like, fucking bleeding heart routine, play the sad violin for all the money he doesn't make through scalping Pokemon packs. This guy still tips him. He lets this guy guilt trip him to give him more money. That's crazy to me. He even unapologetically says that they don't care about him. Oh my god. And that it's sickening that they don't care about him or whatever. Like, I just can't imagine buying a pack from this guy. Like, even if he's not scamming, and even if he's giving, like, a great price...
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Spoiler alert, he's really not. But even if he was, his attitude, I couldn't imagine doing business with him. Anyway, though, I won't bother showing other crash outs. They're all pretty similar to these two.